guest is the starting quarterback for the New York Giants. Please welcome, everybody, Daniel Jones. Hey.
How's it going?
I'm awesome. We're great. We are just hanging out. Are you a Halloween guy?
I like Halloween. I'm not a huge Halloween guy, but I like Halloween.
What's like the best costume, your favorite Halloween costume of your life, your young lifetime?
I was Steve Smith one year when I was a kid, and growing up in Charlotte, I was a big Panthers fan, a big Steve Smith fan. So I had the helmet, had the shoulder pads, the whole deal.
Does he know this? I know he knows you're a fan of his, but does he know that story?
I don't know if I've told him that one. He knows I was a big fan of his growing up, though.
You dressed up as Steve Smith, the toughest player like ever. I love him. That's amazing. Do you guys have a good? I mean, he was all over the London coverage over the weekend, and he was getting it from which Broncos receiver? Jerry Jeudy was all over him. What did you make of that? Did you see any of that?
Yeah, so I saw a little bit of that. That was the Thursday night game, Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think? Were you like, oh, Steve, being Steve?
Yeah, I mean, it reminds you a little bit of his, when he was playing and just how competitive he was, how tough he was, and he was always mixing it up with somebody.
But you're nothing like him as far as mixing it up with anybody. Like, it's very funny that was your favorite player, but you're so.
Yeah, I was a big fan of his, and his toughness, the way he competed. He never stayed on the ground long. Never seemed like he was affected. Was never scared of anything, and would go up, get the ball, would never shy away from contact or anything. And I just love watching him play.
And that reminds me of you as far as toughness is concerned and how you handle that. And I'm just imagining you being like, trick or treat. They're like, oh, here's your almond joy. And you were like, ice up, son. And you're just like yelling at them as they open the door at some poor suburb in Charlotte somewhere. I love that. Okay, the toughness is a good transition here because that's what you're made of. We see it, you're going through it out there week in, week out. You didn't get to play. We talked to you about your neck injury when I was in London last week, and you seemed, you were doing everything you could, and I know that, to get out there and be able to play last week, and you end up sitting out. Give us an update on what kind of kept you out of that game.
I think obviously still dealing with some of the symptoms from it. I'm not going to get too specifically into what exactly they are, but I'm trying hard to get back. Still dealing with a little bit, but trying to do everything I can to heal up and prove to the doctors and trainers that I'm ready to go.
I was asking people to hit me up with questions on Twitter, and there was a lot of, what is his, we know he's really tough. We know he's going through it. We're seeing these hits. What is his recovery process? What do you do to get ready or give yourself the best chance to be available?
I think there's a lot of stuff you can do treatment-wise, working with our trainers, and that's a lot of soft tissue work, needling, and then exercises, rehab exercises, and just trying to get everything working again, and doing what it needs to do. So that's where I'm focused, and it's frustrating. Obviously, you want to be out there, you want to be doing what you would normally do, and getting ready to play, but doing all that stuff and trying to prove to doctors and trainers I'm ready to go.
What was it like not playing this past week? What was your vantage point? What was that like?
It's tough. It's tough not playing. You want to be out there with the team, with the guys, and helping win. But I thought we played well. We played hard. Just came up a little short there at the end. It was a tough way to finish, but I thought we played well. I thought Tyrod certainly played well too.
I mean, we asked you once, who's the one guy on your team that you would trust to fly you around on an airplane and be a pilot? And you said it was your buddy, Tyrod Taylor. You're in the quarterback room with him, and he came up short, like you're saying, filling in for you, 14-9 loss to the Bills. He played well. How much were you involved in helping him prep for Sunday?
Well, Tyrod's a vet. He's played a lot in this league and played at a high level in this league for a long time. So he knows what to do, knows how to prepare, knows how to get himself ready. But anything I could do for him, I certainly did, and watching film and talking through game plan, talking through ideas, just trying to be there help him think through everything. But he's a true pro. He knows what he's doing, and he's locked in. He was locked in, ready to go last week.
This is your second year together. What's the dynamic like between you and Tyrod?
It's good. I mean, I think we're pretty similar personality-wise. Both kind of pride ourselves on working hard and preparing. Whether that's on the practice field, in the weight room, studying film. He's an extremely hardworking guy, and pretty even keel. Just goes about his work, focuses on what he can control and what he does, and I have a lot of respect and look up to him a lot in that way. He's the reason he's played well in this league for a long time.
And your support means a lot, I bet. And now there was some controversy because he checked out of a pass play and ran the ball at the goal line. There were like 10 or 12 seconds left in the half. and they ran out of time. They didn't score. Daboll let him have it. They were walking back to the locker room like Daboll can't help himself. You I know are going to downplay this. What did you have to say to your guy Tyrod at the half?
I don't know. I think at that point in the game, you're focused on what's coming next, and kind of how you're preparing for the second half and what's coming up. I think that's the most important thing. Playing quarterback, playing the position is what's coming next, and how do I prepare for that? So we talked about it, and he got going, came out and played well in the second half.
Yeah, the Bills wide receiver, Gabe Davis, was on my show, and he, of course, has played for Daboll and McDermott, and he claimed that, or he told us, and I didn't know this, that Daboll, when they had a road game, he'd be outside smoking 4 to 6 cigars a day. Can you confirm or deny those reports? That's a lot of cigars a day. That's just a lot.
I don't know if I can confirm or deny, but you can ask Dave. You can ask Dave next time you talk to him.
I will. I was just trying to get you in a little trouble, but not like bad trouble. Just, cigar trouble. It's fine. That's wild. That's absolutely crazy. And then there's this thing I wanted to ask you about with Darren Waller, because I've been asking you to get Darren Waller more involved in this situation. And there was the pass to end the game. Taylor Lewan said that he liked it because he loves a no call, and he called, he said something really mean about the referees that I won't repeat here because you're an active player. But he said, you got to let the boys play. What do you think? Should they have called the DPI?
I mean, from my perspective, I think there's a lot of contact. Yeah, there's a lot of contact. But tough play, tough way to finish. But yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of contact.
Does Daboll smoke more? Was he more likely to light up a cigar after a good thing happens and a win, or after a bad thing happens?
I think he's lighting up the cigar regardless.
Regardless, I get it. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right, this weekend, New York, where you play, baby, it was overtaken by the celebrity power couple that is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I've not asked you about this. They both made cameos on SNL. They go to Nobu, which I have my own opinions on that I will not share here. You've spent 5 years living in New York. Where would you have sent them? Like, if Travis had called you and said, yo, I'm not from New York, I need a recommendation, like, where would you send them to go on a date?
Maybe Fort Charles or Don Angie.
Oh my gosh, like the lasagna, those like spiral lasagnas at Don Angie are fire. God, you make me want to move back to New York because the food in LA is just not it. And then, what did you say first? Fort Charles, like if you want meat sweats and a coma, like that's where you go to get, I mean, they have the best like French dip, the best au jus. What's your order at Fort Charles? And it is literally the best restaurant in New York City, Daniel. Well done.
It is. Yeah, I think you got to get everything. You got to get the French dip. You got to get the burger and split it. You got to get some steaks.
Are you doing egg on the burger? Good. I'm out.
I've done both, but yeah, I think you go for it. Why not? While you're there.
Yeah, you gotta go, gotta live. I love it. You're in New York. What's the scarier thought for you, facing Micah Parsons, who loves you and defends you all of the time, and is like you're like #1 hype guy, which I love. What's the scary thought, facing Micah Parsons twice a year or hosting SNL?
Hosting SNL.
Are you an SNL guy? You're a Will Ferrell guy.
I haven't watched a ton of SNL. I didn't watch this week. I did see they did a little Deion Sanders. I saw that little skit. That was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not a huge SNL guy.
Speaking of SNL hosts, I don't know if you ever watched Eli Manning do it, but he did his thing. He was in the building for this game against the Bills. I mean, he looks pretty cool. This is about as cool as Eli can look here. Look at the outfit. He's high-fiving fans. He's got a little something to him, a little sauce. Is this version of retired Eli a different person from the one that you knew way back then?
Not the one that I knew. I feel like he was pretty similar when I got here, and I feel like Eli's always had good style and good. I don't know. I guess it's not. Maybe it's not the same as some other guys, but I feel like he's always looking clean, looking sharp, and he was that way when I was here.
What did you guys talk about at the game?
I just kind of where we were and the plan for the game that night, and kind of looking forward. He's asking about how I felt and all that, but yeah, it was good to see him.
Did you see this player intro from your teammate Justin Pugh?
I did. It was pretty good.
I mean, for those of you who haven't seen it, let's take a look.
Straight off the couch. Justin Pugh, straight off the couch. Justin Pugh, straight off the couch.
What do you think?
I think it's pretty funny. But he's a funny guy. He played well, came in, and obviously Josh went down with the toe, which was tough to see. And, Justin went from playing left guard to left tackle, which is no easy feat. And he stepped in and played well.
I mean, for those of you who don't understand, from practice squad, last week off the couch, he played 77 quality snaps at left tackle. That's where he hasn't played since 2017. How impressive, when you kind of just talked about that, what is he adding to that young offensive line, maybe outside of just physical skill?
Yeah, I think his presence and leadership, he's been in the league for a long time, been in New York, before and knows what it's like. So I think that means a lot to, we got a young offensive line, a lot of younger players, and to have a presence like that, a veteran, I think it means a lot. But yeah, I mean, him coming out, Sunday night and playing as well as he did at left tackle was extremely impressive.
And how much are you in Daboll's office, handing him Cubans and saying, can we get him on the active roster for the rest of the year?
That's all above my pay grade, but yeah, he played well.
Okay, we got to talk about little college football, because my acumen of college football basically is like Dion on Saturday Night Live. I kind of know what's going on and kind of don't. So Battle of UNC, as I understand it, up against your Duke, is kind of interesting in Kismet, because you got this matchup this weekend. Sam Howell, the Commanders. I do want to remind you, and I've showed you this before, but I want to get you going a little bit. I want some of that Steve Smith fifth grader from Haloween to show up here. This is what Sam Howell had to say about Duke on this very show.
Can you say something nice about South Carolina?
I can't, no.
Nothing? Can you say something nice about Duke?
Definitely not Duke.
Wow, you can't do it.
Who's winning the game this weekend? Danny boy.
Duke's playing. You talking about Duke? Duke's playing Florida State this weekend,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, they are playing Florida State this weekend. Yes.
But we'll play Carolina eventually, and I feel good about Blue Devils.
See, you should just host the show. You think you can't host SNL? You could host this show, because I thought they were playing each other this weekend. So that's not even the case. But here's the question my producer came up with here. What's more likely to happen? The Giants score a first-half touchdown and beat the Commanders, or your Duke Blue Devils beating Florida State, which he's telling me is ranked number 4?
They're both going to happen.
Ooh,
They're both.
That's what we like to hear. What's the percentage chance you're out there, Daniel?
I don't know. It's tough to say today on Tuesday, but doing everything I can to get back.
Well, you had Saquon back on the field, carried the ball 24 times, 93 yards.
Yeah, he played really well. He came. I thought he played well the whole game, and especially in that second half, got going. And yeah, some of those big runs, some of those explosive runs helped us out a lot. So it's good to see him back out there.
I'm sure you saw the footage of your locker mate or whatever, Aaron Rodgers, and this like way he's like walking crutchless, like whatever. What do you make of that? When you see that, is that, you know, to me it's inspiring. Like, what do you, when you see something like that and you're dealing with an injury, Saquon coming off an injury, he's dealt with them in his career, he's such a leader, he's learned a lot from being off of the field. Like, what does that do to see that? What do you make of this?
Yeah, it's impressive to see. You know, I don't know exactly what the Achilles rehab protocol is, but I feel like, you know, it's been a month or something, you know, a couple months, you know, 8 weeks maybe, and he's already back walking and throwing. That's definitely impressive. He's been working hard for sure.
Taylor Lewan told me it was like turmeric and like holistic stuff. So maybe you just need to call Aaron and be like, Aaron, whatever it is, like I'm on board. Are we going to go do a darkness retreat for 4 days? Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's impressive. That's impressive.
Did you see this Chargers fan from last night? You watched this game last night?
I watched the first half.
Did you see this wonderful fan?
No.
Okay, she's the coolest. She was like having the time of her life. Obviously, the Chargers lost; it wasn't fun. But she was all over the broadcast. I mean, she was living and dying on every snap, and everyone became obsessed overnight. I know you're not a big social media guy, but she took over. What is the wildest or the experience that you've had with a fan that sticks out the most so far in your career?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I've had one that sticks out necessarily. I mean, Giants fans are passionate, and you feel the energy from them. I think you know, it'd be good to get back in front of them this weekend and back in MetLife. But I don't know if I could take it.
Whoa! Now you're making me feel like it's like a better than 75% chance that you're going to be out there, Daniel.
Well, I mean, I think we're back in front of them as a team, I'm saying, and back in the stadium. But I'm, you know, like I said, I'm doing everything I can to get back. I hope I can play.
We love passion on this program, so I'm going to give you a couple of just like things that are in the news or things that are going on, and I'm going to, you know, because I want you to tell me if you're all in, and all in means the Chargers fan like freaking out and being excited, or all out when she's losing her mind and she's not happy about what the Cowboys were somehow able to pull off in their Texas toast offense. Okay, a couple on a train riding through Colorado. I don't know if you saw this. I like asking you about this sort of weird stuff. I don't know why. I don't know if you can see it. They're saying that's Bigfoot, okay? They claim they captured the big guy. I think he's like using the bathroom or something at one point in this video. Are you all in or all out on Bigfoot's existence?
I'm all out. I think that's just somebody walking around.
You think somebody walking around? Who could that be? Eli Manning? Are you? I mean, I didn't see a quarter zip on that Bigfoot, so I don't know if that's him. Okay, so you're all out. How about, okay, Panther punter. Did you see this? Johnny Hecker? He headbutts the Dolphins' Cameron Good, who had an egregious flop and drew a flag. Are you all in or all out on a skill player flopping on a punter to draw a flag?
I'm all out on that. That was a huge flop, right?
I'm
all out on
why?
That. I mean, come on. I think the flopping is like he barely touched him.
He barely touched him. I mean, this was a bit wild, for sure. Okay.
Did he get the flag called?
Yeah. He drew the flag. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I guess it worked, but I'm all out on that.
During last night's game, Troy Aikman, a legend, he commented, finally. Now, you're not social media guys, so let me explain. There's been this viral meme about how he resembles Jay-Z and how they seem to be related. Are you all? And then Troy Aikman said, there's a meme, I don't know. And he talked about it, which like shut the world down. Are you all in or all out on the resemblance? Do you see it between Troy Aikman, who commented on this finally, and Jay-Z, who was in the building last night?
I'm having a tough time seeing that. I did hear him say that last night. I was kind of confused.
Yeah, you should just listen, you need to just hit me up, Daniel. When anything social media happens, you hit me up and I will tell you what's going on. I can't imagine wandering the world like you do aimlessly, not knowing about what is happening. You're like Taylor Swift? Who's that? Okay, so is that all in? She's so upset. We're in between. We don't know. Okay, last one for you. Russell Wilson, he was, or not Russell Wilson, just, I think it's more Sean Payton, getting some critique online about this crazy play call wristband and how, for better, detailed it is. Are you all in or all out on the Encyclopedia Britannica level wristband?
That's tough. That's tough. Looks like long play calls there. Yeah, I don't know. Probably, I think the way we do it, the play calls are a little bit quicker, and I think that makes it easier with getting the play in, calling it in the huddle, and getting the line of scrimmage. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's got a different way to do it. Sean Payton knows what he's doing. But,
It's a phone book. You need a magnifying glass or microscope to read it. I'm out. I'm going to say, you're not going to say if you're in or out. I'm out. Show me that fan, because that's about the craziest thing I've ever seen. By the way, can these guys, is it a rule that you can't cover your play cards? Why am I seeing all these laminated play cards? And like every coach, I'm like seeing their plays read. I don't know if I love that. Last one, for real this time. Coach Daboll had a moment after the Bills game that, the blow-by handshake. I love to just like take every frame and see what's going on. I mean, I've heard these two, they got whatever. He blows past McDermott. Are you all in or all out? I'm in. What are you on this blow-by handshake?
I mean, obviously it was a tough game and a tough finish, and I think, there's a lot going on, and people probably try to take too much from it. So I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking too much about it.
It's whatever. You're focused on getting healthy, getting better with a 92% chance, no, a 92% chance of playing against the Commanders, as they're going to win, and Duke's going to beat number 4 Florida. I should learn more about college football. Do you watch all day Saturday? Do you watch anything, just the highlights?
Mostly the highlights. I'll try to watch Duke if they're on, though.
Yeah,
I'll watch them this Saturday.
I will fill you in on pop culture-y things that are rotting my brain and my insides, and you can tell me about college football. Is that a deal?
I got you. We can do that.
All right. Wow, you're the best, Daniel. Get healthy. Let it rip. Keep getting better, and we love having you on the show. This was great.
All right. Thanks, Jay.
Thanks. Good luck this weekend, as you have a 97% chance of starting. I'm excited for this weekend. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.